Hey everyone, she is having her patience pull time, so to speak, and standing tied for a little while after our session. Today is, let's see, day 24, I believe, and that would be ride 16. Today's Tuesday, but for her, it's her first day back into work over the weekend. We had a ton of rain, and so I skipped yesterday because it was literally just pouring out. And I don't have sand, I only have mud when it rains, so I didn't want to risk slipping. I prefer to work under all circumstances, but I also have to keep in mind that my setup isn't super safe when it's really wet. So we waited till today, and let me talk to you a little bit about what we're doing. We've shifted gears into some gait training, and I've got a couple people I follow. One in particular, Gaye is her first name, and then I'm gonna have to get that name for you. I will try to add that in the description with this video. She has a lot of videos and a lot of really good advice and just a lot of things that really pertain specifically to gaited horses, and that is going to help me be able to be more clear with Sis as we retrain. So what I did today was, I don't mind a foxtrot, okay? I don't mind a foxtrot, but I want her to be able to know when I want a foxtrot and when I don't. And so in order to get her certified, we need that lateral 4-beat saddle rack. And so that's something I'm working to get established with her. She knows how to do it. She's done it in the past and was locked in. The Hartongs who owned her and bred her back in the day had her gaiting beautifully. She was ready to be certified, but her new owner that they sold her to was just a trail rider. She had no intention of showing or breeding, so they didn't worry about it. And so now I own her and I want to breed her, and so I'm going to get her certified so that I can breed her. I just have to get her back. She has been not ridden for quite a few years, and now that she is back in work and riding well and past some of her behavioral issues that she had, I can focus on that gait. And so it's just a matter of resetting it, getting her to understand what I'm asking for. She knows how to do it. She naturally does it. It's just getting her to understand the cues. So when she's nice and soft and rounded, I talk a little bit on the video. I'll try to get some of that clipped into what I show you. But I intentionally work on her foxtrotting a little bit, and then I intentionally work on her saddle rack a little bit. I still struggle to feel the difference a little bit. Now I will say that the gait, the saddle rack, is just, you're just gliding. It's really you're gliding. Whereas with her foxtrot, while it's still extremely smooth, there is a certain level of forward and back motion that's a little different than, like, one of the descriptions that this trainer that I was talking to you about mentions for the saddle rack is that you feel like you're sitting on a washing machine. And I think that was a really good explanation. Like, you feel like you're just shimmying, like you're just shimmying, but your shoulders are staying really still. And then for like the foxtrot, it's got a little bit more motion to it, but it still can be extremely smooth and extremely deceptive. And so that's still something I'm training myself to figure out how to feel the difference from the back of the horse, and even maybe see some things about how they move. But that's going to take time for me to develop, and a lot of these videos will help with that as we go. I am happy to say that she had some really great actual saddle rack segments today. So I will also try to slow it down on video so you can see the difference. Now I actually think she was more on the pacey side versus the foxtrotting side, and so that's something too. I've got to recognize the difference between pace and foxtrot, because sometimes her foxtrot is closer to a trot, and then sometimes she's pacing. And so she has so many different gears that being able to help her understand what I'm looking for, the two of us are going to really have to work very hard to do it. And so what I was really happy about was, once I started shifting my weight, tilting my pelvis back a little bit and lifting my hands and having her head come up a little bit, she seemed to understand what I was looking for. And I really felt like we had some consistency going. And so that's something I'm really excited about today. I'm gonna, again, slow down that video for you so you can kind of see the movements, especially when I was in my brain thinking, hey, I think we've got it, and watching on the video so you can compare, because it's like I know the difference, but I'm not confident in it yet. And so the videos again are going to help me with that, and you guys can throw some ideas at me if you want to, and Mike especially, you know, tell me what you think. I really do think we had some great stretches. I'm going to throw these clips together for you, and I'll probably do it at speed, and then I'll come back and I'll have that same little clip slowed down, especially for people who aren't used to watching what the difference is. And if I can, I'll try to have a different a clip of her foxtrotting, and then slow the foxtrot down, and then a clip of her saddle rack, and then slow the saddle rack down for you guys so you can see. We had a short session, a great session. She did awesome today. I'm really excited. I forget we're shifting gears into all this more technical stuff, and I mean, a few weeks ago, you know, she just was you know, a behavioral mess, and so we've come so far, and I'm really excited with her progress, that we can actually sit down and focus on the gait. This is what I really wanted to do, and so I'm psyched, I'm excited, and we'll be working this week, weather dependent, of course, and try to keep chipping away at it. And then in October sometime, if she keeps maintaining her consistency with this, and I find that I have a specific, you know, I can tell the difference, then we'll go ahead and do that video sometime in October for her certification. So stay tuned. I will keep you posted, and we're just going to keep doing a little better each day, hopefully, and establish those differences in my brain and be able to feel the difference. And so this is excellent training for me too. We're both being worked on here, and so this will just help other horses for me when I handle more and when I train Journey when he's a little older. So stay tuned, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Let me tell you what I'm trying here. She can get really soft and rounded and low-headed, and that's something I've worked a lot on to get her soft, supple, and collected. And when she's like that, I think we settle into a nice little foxtrot. And so one of the trainers that I'm following through, she's a gated trainer. I'll have to get her name for you. But she asks the horse for a foxtrot and for a saddle rack. And so I said, you know what, I think we could probably figure out the same. The key is figuring out how to cue the horse, how to get them to understand that you want something different. And so for her, low head, rounded, she tends to get trotty. And then for a saddle rack, a lateral 4-beat gait, I roll my pelvis back a little bit, I'm leaning a little bit back a little bit, and I want her head to come up and those shoulders to come up a little bit. And so she's a little hollow, she's not super collected at it at the moment, but I just want to cue it correctly for now. And we'll work more once she understands what I'm asking for. And so I need to evaluate the video. I need to look at it because for me, it is difficult for me to tell the difference right now. I'm not super well trained in the difference between, feeling the difference between a foxtrot and a gait and a saddle rack. And so that's something I'm starting to teach myself to recognize by very distinctly doing something different that I think is the saddle rack or is the foxtrot, then evaluating it on the video to make sure that I am correct in my assessment while still looking for a relaxed and responsive horse in this stage. We're early stage gait work right now for retraining for her. She has gaited in the past beautifully and was really locked in, so I don't think it would take much. She knows how. So now it's just a matter of getting her mind back to the differences. Sometimes I want something else. Sometimes I might even ask her to trot.